In this video, I'll introduce you to 6 types of donbui rice bowl dishes from Kyushu and Okinawa regions in the southern part of Japan. First up, we have Okinawan-style Katsu-don. You are probably wondering, what makes this different from a regular Katsu-don? Well, stay tuned to uncover the unique differences. Today, I got some pork loin for tonkatsu from my local butcher shop. I feel like it's tastier than supermarket meat. And it's already pre-cut for tonkatsu, making it easy to cook. I'm adding a little sake and soy sauce to about 100 to 120 grams of meat. Since it'll be cooked in a flavorful sauce later, we're just keeping the seasoning light for now. And this is the ramen pepper that's been a huge hit in our house lately. It contains white and black pepper, onion powder, and garlic powder. You can add your favorite spices here as well. As some of you might have noticed, regular Katsu-don only uses salt and pepper for seasoning the pork, but Okinawan style is like this. It might vary depending on the restaurant, but based on my research, this seems to be the typical way to season the pork before frying it for tonkatsu. Next, let's prepare the vegetables. We'll be using carrots, onions, and komatsuna. Again, the type of vegetable can vary depending on the restaurant. Some use lettuce instead of komatsuna. And in regular Katsu-don, it's usually just onions. Okinawan-style Katsu-don is packed with nutrients from the variety of vegetables. With the vegetable ready, let's make the tonkatsu. We are making a simple batter with the eggs, using just flour and water. Mix 2 tablespoons each of flour and water. Coat the pork in this batter. And then dredge it in panko. Speaking of using multiple types of vegetable, as I mentioned earlier, that's a characteristic of Okinawan-style Katsu-don, but some restaurants use even more types and quantity than what I'm using today. Okinawa's food culture is known for its fatty pork dishes and abundance of fried foods, so maybe they added lots of vegetables to balance it out. I'm not sure, but it's a possibility. Fry for about 2 to 3 minutes per side until golden brown. Set aside for about 2 minutes to let the tonkatsu cool. Then cut it into bite-sized pieces. In a fry pan, combine water, sake, mirin, soy sauce, sugar, and dashi powder. Add onion and carrot and simmer until tender. Leave the lid off and let the sauce reduce. As I mentioned earlier, Okinawan-style Katsu-don uses a lot of vegetable, but some restaurants actually prepare the stir-fried vegetable and the katsu completely separately. They would first make the stir-fry, place it on top of the rice, and then add the crispy katsu on top of the vegetables. Egg might also be used in the stir-fry. That sounds like a great way to enjoy the crispy texture of the katsu too. Once the onion is softened to some extent, add the komatsuna. You can use any kind of vegetable you like. Simmer the komatsuna for about 1 minute. Then move some of the vegetable to a separate plate to make space for the katsu. I left the onion in the pan because I want it to be very soft. Once the sauce has reduced to this level, add the katsu and bring it back to a boil. Once boiling, add the beaten egg. Cover and simmer until the egg reaches your desired doneness. It's cooked to perfection. Place the vegetable on top of the rice. This makes it more Okinawan style. Top with the katsu and it's done. Please enjoy Okinawan style Katsu-don. Next up, I'll be introducing a bowl dish featuring a representative dish of Oita Prefecture, Tori-ten chicken tempura. It's Tori-ten bowl. Chicken tempura is often made with chicken breast, but I think it's also delicious with chicken thigh. I peel the skin off the chicken before using it. Cut it into bite-sized pieces like this. Marinate the chicken. I often use cube grated garlic, but it's much more flavorful to grate fresh garlic like this. Add sake and soy sauce as well. I don't have fresh ginger, so I'm using cubed ginger. I'm using 200 grams of chicken, but since the amount of soy sauce isn't that much, I'm also adding salt and pepper. Put this in the fridge and let it marinate for about 20 minutes. Once the chicken is marinated, let's make the tempura batter. Mix together flour, potato starch, water, and egg. Using ice water makes the batter crispier. Mix well. Dip the chicken in the batter and fry it in oil. By the way, Tori-ten is said to have originated at Toyoken, Oita Prefecture's first restaurant located in Beppu City. In the early Showa period, there was a concern that women would find it difficult to eat the existing karaage menu because it was bone-in. So boneless chicken thighs were cut into easy-to-eat pieces and arranged in a tempura style, which is said to be the beating. It has a different flavor from karaage, so please try it. Finally, let's make a sauce that goes perfectly with Tori-ten. In a fry pan, combine soy sauce, sake, mirin, and sugar, and mix well. Once boiling, add water dissolved potato starch. Mix the water dissolved potato starch well as soon as you add it. Add it gradually and adjust the thickness of the sauce to your liking. If you reduce it too much, the sauce will become too thick and too strong, so you can add water if necessary. Once it has good consistency, it's time to plate. Place rice in a bowl and top with mizuna. Feel free to add lettuce, cabbage, or any other vegetable you like. Place as much chicken tempura as you like. Add lemon for garnish if desired. And pour the sauce over the tempura. This is our favorite tempura bowl. Next, I've turned a local specialty of Saga Prefecture, Sicilian rice, into a bowl dish. This is a new type of bowl with beef as the main ingredient, so please give it a try. First, marinate the beef. The unique part is the mixture of soy sauce, mirin, and honey. I used beet sugar instead of honey. Add ginger and garlic to your liking. Speaking of Sicilian rice, the Sicilian part seems to refer to the island of Sicily in Italy, but it seems that no one really knows why this dish is called that. There are various theories, such as that it was originally a dish made with shrimp and squid to represent the island of Sicily in Italy, or that the colors of the toppings, red, white, and green, resemble the color of the Italian flag. Let's let the meat sit in the fridge for about 20 minutes to soak in the flavors. This is white onion, but it's not a topping. This tomato is for the topping. And for the green color, I'm going to use lettuce this time. After 20 minutes, heat oil in a fry pan and start cooking the onion. Frying the onion in an iron fry pan smells so good even before adding the meat. It already looks delicious. Once the onion is softened, add a little more oil and sear the beef in the pan. By the way, the Sicilian rice is said to have originated in a coffee shop in Saga Prefecture. The basic form is to serve warm rice topped with sweet and savory stir-fry meat and raw vegetable, and then drizzle with mayonnaise. It seems that you can find Sicilian rice at several restaurants in Saga Prefecture, and there might be some variation depending on the location, such as eggs being added as a topping. I'd love to try a different version of Sicilian rice in its birthplace someday. Once the meat is cooked through, serve the rice in a bowl and top with the meat and onions. So far, it looks like a beef bowl. But this is where it's different. Top with lettuce, tomato, and mayonnaise. You can also add a soft-boiled egg if you like. It would also be delicious with grated Parmesan cheese or fried onions as toppings. This is a dish I've never seen in Tokyo, but my husband, who tried it for the first time, loved it so much that he said please make it again. I hope he'll try making this unique and delicious bowl at home too. Next, I'll introduce you to a bowl dish called Sego Donbui from Kagoshima Prefecture. Sego-don refers to Saigo Takamori, a Japanese statesman and military leader who was active from the late Bakumatsu period to the early Meiji period. This is Saigo Takamori. He's a super famous historical figure that everyone in Japan knows. Kagoshima Prefecture is Saigo's birthplace, and this bowl is a popular local dish made with pork, which he loved, and miso, which he was skilled at making. In Tokyo, rice miso made with rice koji is the most common type of miso, but this dish uses barley miso. It's made with barley koji, soybeans, and salt. I couldn't find barley miso at my usual supermarket, but I happened to find it this time, and it even got Saigo's face on the package, which is interesting. First, let's make the sauce by combining this miso with other seasonings. Of course, you can use other type of miso instead of barley miso. Add mirin, soy sauce, sake, oyster sauce, and sugar. I tasted it and found it a bit too sweet. Barley miso may have a slightly lower salt content, so I added some red miso to give it more depth of flavor. Please adjust the amount of sugar to your liking. I think it also depends on the salt content of your miso. By the way, barley miso is particularly popular and consumed in large quantities throughout Kyushu, Yamaguchi Prefecture, and Ehime Prefecture. The factors that led to the establishment of barley miso in these regions seems to be that barley was cultivated as a second crop to rice cultivation and that they were not wealthy enough to make rice into miso. Barley miso has a refreshing impression compared to rice miso, and it's not too salty but has a gently sweet flavor. Once the sauce is ready, cut the pork into bite-sized pieces and marinate it in the sauce. This is thinly sliced pork thigh. It's also a good idea to let it rest in the fridge for a while to let the flavor soak in. This miso sauce goes incredibly well with green onions, so if you have green onions, it's a great idea to top them on, or stir-fry them together. I'm shredding them for topping. After marinating in the fridge for 10 to 20 minutes, let's cook the meat. Heat oil in a fry pan and cook the pork. The reason why the miso I used this time had Sego's face on it was that, upon closer examination, this miso was made by reproducing from literature the recipe that he was making at that time. It seems that Sego was skilled at making miso and had strong preferences. It seems that it was quite sweet because he used more barley koji than usual barley miso. This is really delicious to eat with cucumber sticks. Should work well with other vegetable sticks. I think it would have been better to stir-fry a lot more green onions because they go so well with this sauce and the pork. Finally, top with red pickled ginger and it's done. I really like Sego's miso. I hope you'll give barley miso a try sometime. Next, I'll introduce you to a chicken sukiyaki bowl, a bowl version of a beloved Fukuoka dish, chicken sukiyaki. When most people in Japan think of sukiyaki, they think of beef. I grew up eating beef sukiyaki, but in some parts of Fukuoka, it's actually chicken that's the norm for sukiyaki. You can use any vegetable you like, but I recommend burdock root, gobo, carrots, and green onions. I'll also add tofu later. Remove the skin from the chicken, but you can leave it on if you like and cut it into bite-sized pieces. First, fry the chicken alone. Heat oil in the pot and fry the chicken until it changes color. Don't forget to season with salt. Once the chicken has almost changed color, add all the vegetables. Then add water, soy sauce, sake, and sugar. Mix well and simmer without a lid. By the way, in the Fukuoka region, where this dish spread, chicken egg production was encouraged as a tribute and specialty product for Edo and Osaka. As a result, chicken farming became popular among farmers and lower-ranking samurai in the region, and the habit of eating parent hens that had finished laying eggs spread. Once the vegetables are completely soft and all the ingredients are flavored, it's done. At this point, I realized I forgot to add the tofu. Since the vegetables are already flavored, remove them from the pot and cook the tofu alone. Please add the tofu at a good time after adding the vegetables. Let the tofu soak up the flavor as well. I had always thought of sukiyaki as a beef dish, but I discovered that it can be very delicious with chicken too. Chicken is also cheaper and easier to make frequently. The last bowl I'll be introducing is a dish made with Hiyajiru, a specialty of Miyazaki Prefecture. Hiyajiru is a cold soup dish flavored with dashi and miso and is mainly eaten during the summer month. My husband loves it so much that he says he wants to eat it even in the winter. An important part of this dish is the toppings such as myoga, the refreshing myoga which is perfect for summer, as a great accent. Shiso is also essential. I've seen quite a few comments on this channel from people who grow shiso at home. It's hard to find in supermarkets overseas, right? And thinly slice the cucumber. A slicer makes it easy. Sprinkle salt on the cucumber. Mix well and let it sit for a while until the water comes out. In the meantime, let's prepare the miso. This is a type of miso that already has dashi in it. If you don't have a miso with dashi, prepare dashi powder separately and add it. Grate some white sesame seeds into it. You can omit sesame seeds if you don't have any. Mix well and then toast it with a kitchen torch. If you don't have a kitchen torch, use a toaster to toast it until it's slightly brown. It's perfectly fine to use the miso without toasting it. Squeeze the water out of the cucumber. Prepare ice water. Add the miso to it and mix. Toasting the miso gives it a wonderful aroma and makes it much more delicious. By the way, this dish is said to have originated as a peasant food, a quick and easy meal for busy farmers to eat quickly. It's also said that farmers often ate it because it was easy to eat deliciously even in the hot summer when they were not feeling well. Some people might think it's just a cold version of miso soup, but it's not at all. It's a completely new, refreshing bowl dish, so please give a try. The black stuff is the char from toasting it earlier. The miso and dashi are fine on their own, but I'll add a little sugar and soy sauce for a secret flavor. Finally, add grated ginger. Then add the drained cucumber, myoga, and shiso and mix. You can eat it right away, but it's even better if you chill it in the fridge and then eat it with rice. My husband always asks me to chill it really cold. The recipes vary from household to household, but it seems to be common to add grilled mackerel or saba. I made a fish-free version before, and my husband loved it too, but this time I'm going to grill saba and eat it with the dish. This saba is seasoned with salt and kombu. Pour in a little sake and grill it until it's plump. Finally, don't forget to add the tofu to the hiyajiru. The fish-free version is delicious enough, and it's great to get protein from the tofu. Once the saba is cooked, remove the bones and place it on top of the rice. Pour the hiyajiru over it. You might think it's strange to eat soup and rice together, but it's worth trying once. You can taste the flavor of summer in Japan. Finally, sprinkle some more sesame seeds and it's done. Did you enjoy the 6 different rice bowl menus? Which one looks the best and would you like to try it? I would be happy if you could make any of them. Thank you so much for watching our video. Please subscribe to our channel. If you are already a subscriber and would like to support our channel, please join our membership. Membership feedback will be reflected in content creation. See you in the next video.